Honourable Minister, you mentioned that there was a special task force that had been appointed to decide on this issue pertaining to burial and cremation. And it is well known that a professor attached to the Faculty of Applied Sciences from Sri Jayabardhan University had been in the forefront, spreading the issue pertaining to viruses spreading through groundwater, right? And that led to this issue of Muslims, including non-Muslims, as you had said in your reply, large numbers of them having been taken to a far-off place in Ottamavadi for burial, right? Based on this unscientific, irrational, racist policy, right? So, do you agree now that it is scientifically proven, various epidemiologists and virologists have confirmed that no virus can spread through groundwater, because viruses don't survive without a living body. You see, once a man is dead, viruses are also dead. They cannot survive in the cells. So therefore, do you agree that the government was misled purposely by a group of racist professionals who were appointed to this task force?
Honourable Member, I was only a member. I was not the Minister of Health by that time. I was a member of the committee as a Minister of Media at that point of time. But I was involved in this entire affair. And as you rightly pointed out, it was the set of professionals. Obviously, the people involved in that particular profession will have to be taken seriously and given the opportunity for them to express their views. I totally agree with you. Even this is a case where I would say even the professors are making mistakes after mistakes and dramatic mistakes, right? So I do not want to associate with this decision, but I may even mention, you said some of the professionals. No, most of the professionals were in favor of it with the WHO decision. But there was one, Professor Methika Vitana, who was the first one to go and Aragale and sort of started slogans of non-racial, to be non-racial. So I think there's a controversy, and how you deal with it is a different thing. But I will fail in my duty if I don't reveal exactly what happened. And she put her foot down and she even said she will resign if this is not adhered to, because she was the professor in charge of that particular discipline.
My second question, Mr. Speaker, I thank the Minister for having accepted or rather named a particular professor, though I didn't want to name the person. You had named the person. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. But then, now that you agree that this is a wrong pretext upon which a decision was taken, large numbers of people have been traumatized, have been racially profiled, and have been subjected to so much of trauma, so that they will be entitled to sue the said expert. In fact, Honorable Pavitra Vanniyarachchi was a minister. Several times when we pleaded with her, she also passed the ball on to the expert committee. No, this so-called, your government.
That she did not pass.
Your
as
government.
A minister, she's a lawyer by profession to my knowledge. She is not an expert in that particular field. So you need to take advice. You would do the same thing if you have to get some advice from a professional of the said discipline. Yeah.
Speaker, yeah. My question is, you see, government, have hand-picked certain experts who were so racist in their attitude. And that is how this whole thing happened. And we pleaded with the government to actually change the experts.
Sorry,
if all other experts are against
subscribe to that your bill. While respecting it, I will not want to be a party to that your whatever the or rather the statement that you made. However, I would also agree with no reservations. That was, I think, a complete misleading by the so-called professionals in that particular discipline.
Mr. Minister, anyway, you are only partly admitting the mistakes of the government, be that as it may. What I'm saying is that now that this matter has been accepted in Parliament as a wrong decision, will the government pay compensation to the victims for having been made to suffer?
You're wrong, I only explained
More than 3,000 odd people.
exactly what happened.
You know,
So it is
the
up to
amount
you
of trauma.
to make a decision if it's a wrong decision as to what the course of action that you should pursue. Yeah.
Not only did they take to Ottamavadi, a far-off place, there were army contingents stationed there, there was army escort, so much of state money was wasted, and then people paying the last respects were restricted to only 2 people who can go to the burial ground. They can't even, you see, they traumatize the entire families. So all these families are bound to file action for the trauma that they have been subjected to so unreasonably and in a racist manner. Do you agree?
One thing I had to put the record straight, not only the Muslims or not only the people who were taken for faraway places, but even in Colombo only 2 people were allowed on certain cases. Right? So it is not only for the Muslims.
Thank you very
the rest
much.
of it, yes.